what's up guys, Alfredo with We Were Kings RC here. I'm going to be doing a build series on YouTube, and this is going to be the little guinea pig here. Brand new Axial Basecamp in white. I like the pearl that they used on there. But today we're just going to kind of get started going in on it. I've seen plenty of videos about this little thing. It's got the new Spectrum RX and ESC in there. Newer battery, looks like Spectrum battery now. That's cool. I've never worked with one. This will be the first time we're gonna mod one, so that'll be fun. I've already got a few things in hand: chassis, some shocks, motor, wheels and tires. So yeah, stay tuned, and it's gonna be fun. Alright, so I really didn't want to do another review, you know, anything like that. I just wanted to show you guys what I do when I have a fresh, you know, SCX24 and it's completely stock. So I'm going to show you a few mods that I do first and kind of go from there. So yeah, basically first we're going to just remove the stock body. This one's got like the Velcro mount up front, which isn't bad, but I myself like to use the mags front and rear, so it's just more my style. You can get the body a little lower, things like that. But just removing the rear hinge here. I believe that'll be the bumper too. Yeah, the rear bumper comes off completely with that, which we're gonna delete those anyway, the front and rear bumpers. It's cool that they have the little scale look to them, but you guys know me. So yeah, there she is. Body's off. Definitely gonna keep this body though. We'll trim it if we have to, but I'm gonna take off all this extra because I really like the pearl white that they used. Good shit. So yeah, from there, let's see. Let's go ahead and remove the front bumper, which is pretty cool though. I believe they got a licensed company for that collaboration. Sweet. Rear bumper's gone. May or may not use that. But. So let's see. I've already got links for it. I've already got a chassis. So we can honestly remove the shocks first, I would say. Yeah, basically just remove everything. But let's see, we'll start with the battery mount, stock battery mount. The chassis I've got, hopefully we can run the battery on the slider or up front. I prefer to run them up front, get all that weight in the front. I'm sure you guys all know how to do that. Yeah, first little base camp. It's actually pretty cool. What is going on there? There we go. Look, I didn't want to come out. Alright, so stock battery out. Super springy stock shocks. Wish they would have did the oil shocks that they have on most of the rigs now, but it is what it is at 99 bucks. Let's see. I actually like how they started including this little ring here to keep the wiring kind of in place. That's pretty cool they did that. It's not as messy. Motor there. Get the stock electronics out next, which I'm stoked to use. I haven't used this version of the Spectrum electronics yet, which I've heard is really smooth compared to the last, the Blue Top V2 ESC. I like to use a hand tool for the initial tear down, just so that we're not stripping anything, or again, this hardware isn't bad. I think people strip them just because they're kind of careless with these. These things are tiny, so it's a micro. Gotta be gentle. This is kind of a newer style electronics mount that they did for the Basecamp here. It's something I haven't seen before, which is cool. It's kind of low pro, which actually might be useful for super budget builds. Undo the servo there. Yeah, there she is, the new Spectrum all-in-one. It's actually smaller than the previous ESC that Axial had in their stock trucks. Moving the rear shocks here. Alright, all that's left is the skid plate here. Which we won't be needing. The chassis I've got includes a flat skid. Always nice. We will be reusing the transmission for now. Trying to keep this thing fairly budget, but we all know how that goes. Things usually escalate quickly with these. That's why they're fun. We're going to keep that hardware separate longer. Shout out to Cow RC with the mag work mat. Stock rail. Basically like to get these down to just axles, and I'll remove the links since I've already got links, but I try and get them down to just axles, and then you're basically swapping axles over to the chassis once you get to that point. And you always want to install the links onto the axles beforehand, that way it's an easy transition. Alright, the other rail. From here, kind of separate. top links. Lower links are still attached, obviously. Get these out. This is always one of the funner parts for me. I remember when I first got into the hobby, I was afraid to tear these apart, but that's actually how I learned them inside out, by just going for it, which is true for anything in life, but let's see. There's always that troublesome screw. And there we go. A little bit more. Bam. Alright, so rear axle out. You can actually remove those shocks from the axles too. But let's see. Also remove the transmission, motor, so we won't be using the skid. Don't forget your screw up top. I always try to be super gentle with this one. Well, if you're using a stock transmission housing, you know, this little guy snaps, sometimes even straight from the factory. Oh, yep, it's already broken, but not completely, so that's good. Alright, so there's that. Stock motor. Transmission out. Won't be needing that. Let's actually, let's see, let's remove the wheels. I was hoping these wheels and tires weren't glued, but I believe they are. Throw this guy back on so everything doesn't fall off. Alright, so these links gotta go. Who else has tons of stock links laying around? They'll get you by, but high clearance is where it's at. Alright, so there's that. Shocks next. Stock shocks aren't bad either. I've cut the springs and done other mods to the stock ones, and they work. You can run them no springs if you want that super slammed look, but then you also got that full droop, which isn't always good. Alright, so move this guy. Upper link. Alright, so that's basically what you want. Obviously you can swap servo at that point as well. But I myself, I just like to have everything disassembled before even starting anything, just like you would in real life, right? This is real life. So let's see. Oh, they're actually vented. So that's cool. Alright. Let's get these shocks first. Upper links. And this doesn't take much time, you know, if you've done it a few times. I think it's been maybe like 15 minutes so far. You know, take your time. Don't strip anything. All this stuff is reusable. Yeah, this will all go in a bag. All this stock stuff. So we will not be needing it. Alright, so that's how you want your rear axle, just bare, drive shaft, that's it. So we've got axles now, and get all this out of the way. Alright, so from there we'll go ahead and get our chassis, which is going to be nice little, I believe it's a V1 printed killer chassis, but I got a killer deal on it from my buddy Travis at Northwest Chassis Works. Shout out to the team. But yeah, we'll be throwing that on this guy. I've also got some killer chassis specific RC Steve links, which is, by now you guys should know, mandatory. Brass, keep the weight down low. Also got a set of Trio adjustable oil shocks, always nice. Little Guy Racing Parts 050 motor, the Predator motor, 50 tooth, brushed, gotta love it. Plenty of torque. I'm excited to see how it's gonna work out with the V2, or actually not V2, I'm sorry, the new Spectrum setup. And then from there we got some matching Trio rims. We'll go ahead and pick up some tires, but that'll be on the next episode. We'll see what happens from there. But yeah, stay tuned. Should be fun. Basecamp build out. We were kings. Let's go.